The definitive ranking of TV reboots, remakes and revivals, from Lost in Space to Roseanne. Another day, another TV reboot. Our television screens are filled with revivals and remakes these days, including Roseanne, which returned on ABC with blockbuster ratings, the gif-able Fab 5 of Queer Eye on Netflix, and the latest, Netflix's Lost in Space, a big-budget reboot of the 1960s sci-fi adventure. With so many classic TV shows coming back, it can be hard to keep track. We've definitively ranked 11 of the biggest, from the highs of One Day at a Time to the lows of Fuller House. Netflix's new take on Norman Lear's 1970s CBS sitcom is the model all others should follow. Fresh but also familiar, with sublime casting and a perfect blend of comedy and tragedy, One Day manages to feel as relevant in 2018 as it did in 1975. Renewed. Director David Lynch ran with a revival of the 1990s ABC drama to create something weirder, wilder and ultimately more wonderful than what came before. Not expected to return. The new Fab 5 are fabulous, indeed. Bobby Burke, design, Karamo Brown, culture, Antoni Porowski, food and wine, Jonathan Van Ness, grooming, and Dan France, fashion, have revitalized the early 2000s Bravo staple. The new series, set in the Atlanta area, is addictive and moves beyond some of the cartoonish elements of the original series. Renewed. Whatever you think of the controversial final four words of the WB series, it was lovely to visit Stars Hollow again and check in with Lorelai, Lauren Graham, and Rory, Alexis Bledel, after the original signed off with a dissatisfying finale. Will Robinson, Maxwell Jenkins, is still in danger. TV's latest remake is one of its most expensive, a CGI-filled space epic that turns the cheesy 1960s sci-fi series into a tense, twisty action-adventure. Sometimes it's a little too self-serious, but most of the time it's a fun romp. Streaming now. Eric McCormack, Deborah Messing, Sean Hayes and Megan Mullally slid easily back into their roles as Will, Grace, Jack and Karen on the NBC sitcom. Although it sometimes feels a little dated, their chemistry and timing hasn't lost anything since the series went off the air in 2006. Renewed for 2 more seasons. Set in Atlanta, the splashy, steamy reboot of ABC's nighttime soap isn't quite as juicy as the original, but it still has plenty of fun family drama and catfights. Renewed, airs Fridays, ATT/PT. Fox's revival of the 1990s sci-fi hit has been up and down in quality. Its first season was lackluster, but this year the show found some more exciting, simply scary stories to tell, though it's not expected to return. Controversial, political and a bona fide hit, Roseanne didn't exactly return quietly. New episodes don't reach the height of the old favorites, but there's something special when the series stops posturing and focuses on the Connor family, especially Darlene, Sarah Gilbert, who's the real heart of the new show. Renewed, airs Tuesdays, ATT/PT. Brought back just 2 years after it signed off on Fox, ABC's version of the once gigantic singing competition is fluffier, hammier and more Disney-fed. Lionel Richie makes a strong effort on the judging panel, Luke Bryan is mostly harmless, but Katy Perry is a distraction. Airs Sundays and Mondays, ATT/PT. Too corny, too stuck in the 90s, Netflix's return to the Tanner family of ABC's 1987-95 Full House is a valiant effort that has nothing but nostalgia going for it. And that's just not enough. Renewed,